Hi all, Accidental Chef back here again after a few weeks break while I've been doing lots of other things during the lockdown. Today, as you can see, we're going to do the line-in brownie. This is a recipe that Sam Thompson put online for us all to try, and as I'm not at the line at the moment and therefore got no one to make them for me, I'm going to have a go myself today and let's see how they turn out. And beware, Sam, you never know, I might make them almost as good as yours. This, of course, is the abbreviated version of Sam's recipe so that I can look at it at a quick glance. Pretty much sure I've got the main pointers on there that he's told us about. I mean, even down to the bake for about 24 minutes. That's pretty exact, isn't it? But the rest of it, you know, I think I can understand it all, and I don't think that I've left anything out in the ingredients, so hopefully this is really going to work today. Right, well, I'm getting on with it. I've got my 3 eggs in there ready, got my sugar. Look at all these eggs. So somewhere out of all these Easter eggs, I am going to get together 226 grams of finely chopped milk chocolate and 140 grams of dark chocolate cut into small pieces. The only thing is, it says about the bain-marie, you know, melting the stuff, which is fine, but do you think I can put a plastic jug into hot water to melt the butter and the chocolate together? I have to melt chocolate, butter and hot water. So anyway, I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. I've got loads of chocolate, so if it goes wrong and the little jug melts, well then I'll have to try again and do something else. But look at all these. Look, I've even got little lint bunnies. I'm going to be able to melt all these down, and I've got some nice dark chocolate in there, so I can add that to make up my 100 and how much was it, 140 grams. Yeah, I should have plenty because I got a little bit there. Look, there we go. Look at that. Knew those Easter eggs would come into their own. 126 grams. Right, so rather than risk putting it in the bain-marie on here, because I didn't know if the plastic was going to melt, so I've done it in the microwave and mixed up the chocolate, butter and water. Well, I added the water afterwards. So I think that's okay. So on to the next step. Now the other thing is we're supposed to put in 1 1/4 teaspoons of vanilla, but I have hardly got any. But what I have got is orange. And as we're making brownies, I think sort of chocolate orange brownies, I think that'll taste okay. So I'm going to add a bit of this, and we'll hope that, I'm sure that'll be fine. Just makes it chocolate orange instead of just chocolate. Now then, I've lost the, I made some cakes yesterday, and I can't find the other whisk, so I'm going to have a go with using just one. And so this is the eggs, sugar, and the tiny bit of vanilla I had left, and then the chocolate, the orange essence. So I'm going to whisk these up, and then I think we then add the melted chocolate, it says, yeah, and then fold in the flour. So I'm nearly there. We're almost done. Now Sam said on his instructions this has to double in size. Said it takes about 4 minutes. But as I've only got 1 whisk, I'm going to do it a bit longer, maybe 6 minutes, and see, you know, if it doubles then. Right, there we go. And as you can see, I've added in the chocolate, sort of melted chocolate and butter. And now all I need to do is fold in the flour, and then put it into the dish, which I've still got to line and everything, but I'll line that up and butter it, and then hey presto, these are going to be the best chocolate orange brownies. Right, well, I started folding in the flour, but one, it looks really runny at the moment, and I've only got that much flour left, but also, isn't it a bit lumpy? I mean, isn't it supposed to be like a smooth mixture? Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'll keep, you know, I don't know, I'm not sure, but anyway, I'll add a bit more and we'll see. But you see, I've only got that much flour. I can't see this is really going to go very smooth, but perhaps it all just maybe it all just comes out when you're cooking it. Perhaps it all just smooths out then. Anyway, hey ho, I'll put another little video on once I've mixed it all in, and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so I've now folded in the flour, got rid of most of the lumps, and I've added in the sort of very dark chocolate, sort of chopped, and also I've grated some in as well, and it is definitely thicker than it was. It was a little bit runny before, but I think it's thickened up while it was sitting here. And then I've got the pan already there to chuck it in. So right, put that into bake for exactly 26 minutes. Well, here's the finished result of the brownie. This is it upside down as I've taken it out of the pan. As you can see, all my chocolate bits, which were perhaps too big, all sort of rose to the bottom, which obviously is the top now. So this is it as I flipped it over. It really smells orangey. That chocolate orange sort of stuff instead of vanilla has worked out brilliantly, really well. The cake's very pale though for a brownie. I was expecting it to be more, quite a lot darker, but we have just tried it and it's edible. So another result. May not look like it's supposed to, but it tastes bloody good. Right, just a last little thing to finish up on. The reason the brownie was probably a bit paler than I thought was, I've just been looking back on the videos and it says 226 grams of milk chocolate. Well, obviously I put in 126. So, that maybe made all the difference. And also, somewhere down here, bake for 24 minutes. I thought it said 26 minutes, but in actual fact, it ended up having about 24. So the cooking was absolutely fine. Also, it said about 140 grams of dark chocolate. Now, I know I think I should have chopped mine up a lot smaller because I think that's why it's all melted to the bottom or sort of sunk to the bottom because they're perhaps too big. But I can't really remember if I put in 140 grams worth. I might have put in... I'm really not sure. Maybe it was 150 or so. But anyway, so perhaps I just put in too much and too big of pieces. But anyway, as I said before, it's edible.